are these 20 special children?
There's Millie, she's a brown girl.
Millie who?
Millie Cowell.
Millie Cow?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you know she's one of the 20 special children?
Because I know, because she comes and they do sex to her, mostly.
Who's they?
The teachers, the parents, the staff.
Every single teacher or specific teachers?
No, every single, the whole school does it. The whole school, and we got our own church too. So because they do that, because after as I said, we kill babies, we drink their blood, we eat them. But then after so the social services who are in it, they go to families or. And then year 5 is there on that side, and the staff room is just at the front of us. So just walk in the staff room, and then there's this kitchen, and then there's a sofa, and that's where we do sex.
So why do you go in there first of all? Why don't you just go to class?
No, we go to class sometimes too, yes.
Right, so
we go to class sometimes, yes.
Okay, so you go to class?
Yes.
Okay, and then what happens when you get to class?
And then they got this, in my classroom, they got this little door at the back, right at the back of the classroom. They got a little door, and it's just a little tiny little room. It's all stuffed with sweets, prizes, especially to pay the children with sweets to do sex to them.
Right.
Yeah, so they give sweets as much as they like.
Yeah.
So they give sweets till they're like full, they're done. So because while they eat the sweets, they do sex to them. So they pay them sweets, and then after they do what they want them to do.
Okay.
Because our children.
Who? What children?
So there's the. Children in our school. It's not like all. There's 20 special children.
Who are these 20 special children?
There's Millie, she's a brown girl.
Millie who?
Millie Cowell.
Millie Cow?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know she's one of the 20 special children?
Because I know, because she comes and they do sex to her, mostly.
Whose day? Whose day?
The teachers, the parents, the staff. Right, this you have to go downstairs to underground.
Goes
So,
underground.
Yes.
And what's in there underground?
So then we go underground, and after there's this little hallway, and on the right there's this door, and then there's this big, enormous secret room.
And what's in the secret room?
In the secret room, there's cupboards everywhere. Looks like everywhere, but then they do sex there too.
How do you know they do sex there?
Because they took me there to do sex.
Who took you there?
My father, Mr. Hollings took me.
So you're who?
My father.
Your father, sorry. Okay, do you call him father or papa?
Papa.
Papa. So papa's taking you down there. And what did you do there?
So there's this so after you do sex there, so
What
they
does
have
sex mean?
So like they have plastic, they buy plastic willies.
Right, okay.
Yes, and then they strap it on, but they make sure it hurt. They want plastic willies. They don't want to use a real willy.
Why not?
Because it just doesn't hurt. They want to make sure it hurts.
Okay. So whose day? So Papa, who else?
Mr. Holling,
Papa and
headmistress,
Okay.
all the
Papa,
teachers.
Mr. Holling, headmistress.
Yes, Miss Marden, Mr. Fanoni, Mr. Gorge.
So who done it when you went to that house? Who was there?
So all the staff,
All the staff.
all the the parents of all the children, they all know about it.
Okay.
They do it.
Okay. And so you've got in there.
Yes.
And who's used the plastic willies?
All of them. All of them.
And where do they keep the plastic willies?
They keep them in the cupboards. They got, as I said, they've got cupboards around.
Okay.
So they've got like maybe 2 cupboards there and 2 cupboards there. They've got cupboards around, all around the room.
Okay. So I want to just make sure I get this absolutely correct. So
And
if I
they've
went
got
to the
exits. So if because they know that because they do not trust me and Gabriel.
Yeah.
That because they say that not to tell anyone about this.
Yes. Okay.
But they do not trust us.
No. Why
No,
not?
because they can see them because they when they tell us not to tell about this anything, they look so curious. It looks like they're not trust. They don't trust us.
Okay. So I'll just get this right. Mr. Holling's house.
Yes.
I'll go there. You have to push outside. Then you go to the door.
Yes.
Dark door.
Yes.
You go into a corridor.
Yes.
It's got a little carpet by the door. Wooden floor. Very dark like this door.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
On the sides of the you showed me
there's
there.
a living room at the front. There's a kitchen and then there's
a little table.
Yes.
Then you go into the living room.
Yes.
You've got a large sofa.
Yes.
Which is in an L shape.
Yes.
Big Samsung telly
Yes.
on a large black shelf
Yes,
thing
yes.
you described. You said in the dining room area,
Yes.
he's got a wardrobe.
Yes.
Then
And it's all just stuffed in spare clothes, as I said.
all stuff with spare clothes, but if you part it, you can
Yes.
find a little door.
Yes, but you can't.
which goes down
You
into
can't
the
really
cellar.
see it because it's kind of camouflaged.
It's camouflage.
Like, yes, it looks a
but
bit.
there's a little wooden handle.
Yes. Yes.
You can open that.
Yes. But
Go
they've got
down.
exits. The thing is that they've got exits there because they can run out the house too.
Right. Okay. But you go down into this. It takes you into a basement,
Yes.
and then in there's loads of cupboards.
Yes, loads of cupboards and there's
And in there-
Yes.
Your dad, Papa, Mr. Hollings, some other members of staff
Yes.
have then had sex with you.
Yes.
Using plastic willies.
Yes, and then they touch
Which is-
each other.
Okay.
And as I said, they sell me and my brother for £50 each
To who?
every single day
To who?
to any people who any people who would do who are the kind of people who will actually do sex to who can't come to school, who are busy or anything like that, but then they keep me and Gabriel to do sex to us. They got the equipment.
Yeah.
So they got the plastic willies.
Yeah.
And then they do it, and then after maybe for 2 hours, maybe 1 hour, during school hours.
Okay. So what is sex?
Yes.
We haven't said what sex is. What is it?
So sex. So they touch each. So they touch each other on a private.
Right.
And as I said, I didn't tell you about this, but they got this big plastic stick.
Right.
Yes, not plastic, but wooden.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they put it between our legs and they hit it right between us, but like in between our legs.
So they hit you with a wooden stick
Yes.
between your legs.
Yes.
And what's that? Is that sex? Is it?
No. But
What's
that's how they
sex?
hurt us. But the real sex is like they get plastic willies. They stick it in our bum. That's what kind of sex they do.
And what is your bum?
So they stick in a plastic willy in our bum, where the poo comes out.
Okay, so they put a plastic willy in the bum where the poo comes out. Okay.
Yes.
And anywhere else?
Yes, in our front private.
Okay.
And then they
you say our front private. Who are you talking about?
No. So if we say it hurts or if we cry or make a sound, they'll give us spoon licks. So you had a lot of clues.
Why did he have a lot of clues?
Once he saw me and Gabriel touch each other anyway.
What were you doing touching each other? What do you mean?
So like touching each other in the privates.
Okay, so what was you doing?
Just because we got secret contact with me and Gabriel.
So what were you and Gabriel doing? What did Abraham see you and Gabriel doing?
Yes, we touched each other in the private.
How? How were you touching him?
So like we were close together and then we pinched each other bottom and then we touched each other front private.
Oh, okay. And how did you touch his front private?
So like he could like go like that because that's my father. That's how my father.
Okay, so you were touching each other.
Yes. Once my father taught me. Like he didn't taught me, but he told me to make my my brother's head bleed, or like maybe like so like my brother's head bleed, so that it actually bleed. And so I said, how should I do that? And then, but I didn't want to do that anyway. I wasn't going to. I wanted to know.
Told you that?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to know, Ricky Dearman.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, like, I wanted to know how will he tell me to do that. But I wasn't actually going to do that. But then because after I wasn't like, he said, "Are you sure you can do that?" I would have said, "Yes, of course I'm sure." But I didn't do like he wasn't sure with me, like if I will do it. So then after he gave me licks, like hard ones, that can make your head bleed. My father.
Demon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he gave me licks till I will say say that I will do it, Papa. I will do it for sure. I promise you. And after say if I say I promise him that I will do it, then I'll have to do it.
Okay.
So then after I done it, so he told me like, do I have any little glass frame or anything? Of a picture in it, but got glass on at front. I said, well, I think I do. It's like I told him I think I do have one. It's a picture of Supreme Master Ching Hai. So it's like that's the person that we pray for and meditate.
And they're going to see if you're hurt or if you've got any injuries or anything like that. Do you think you've got any injuries or hurt anywhere?
No. I didn't see my father for a long time now.
Okay.
Nearly 2 months.
Okay then.
But one is that once when I was only 5 or 4, I remember that my father got the spoon and then he hurted me all in here, and after it, like he cracked my head open.
Okay.
And what I remember is that I saw my mum and my father fight with each other in the bathroom, and my father nearly killed my mum because he was strong then. My mum was not strong, but he was handsome.
Handsome.
Yes, I can't say it properly.
Yeah.
So then because he banged it on the floor and then he got his knee and pushed it right in my mum's head.
Oh dear.
And he nearly killed her. But then after because my big brother James, he was there. He was only a small boy, and he was old enough to have a phone.
Yeah.
He had his own phone, and my mum called for James to call the police. Yeah. But he'd done it straight away, and maybe 15 minutes, police were there, quick.
Yeah.
But my father still did not leave the house.
Okay.
But then when the police came, my father left the house.
Yeah.
The police car was right in front of our house, and my father was just going out of the door. Yeah. Just going out. So they arrested him and then done.
Okay.
I remembered that, but I was scared.
Okay.
because when he opened the door, he done it on purpose. He opened up the door because he wanted to take me and Gable to the party.
Yeah.
He asked my mum. He asked my mum. He was living with us then.
He was only little, so how do you remember that?
I was only little. I was only like maybe 3 years old. But
So
I remember.
how do you know that? Who did
No,
someone
I
tell you
remember.
about it?
I remember.
Oh, really?
I remember
Wow.
when I was
From
there.
3?
Yes,
wow.
I remember.
That's
So then after,
that's
I
good
was
because not a lot of people can remember from 3.
because I was next to the door, and I was listening. I was looking. I was peeking through the door what they were doing. And then the door that time it didn't go in the room, in the bathroom. It went out of the bathroom into the corridor. So if you open it, you can hit somebody. And my father saw me peeking. So he just opened the door straight away. So that the door banged right on my head.
Yeah.
And I got knocked over. I got hurted. And then he pretended that he did not hurt me or anything. But then after, but he pretended to be nice then. But my mum, she just called my big brother James just called the police straight away.
What we'll do is
I dance the rhythm of chaotic symphony, unleashing thunder with every step she takes. With the trident in one hand.
I did the Dearman case on Patreon already, but all I have on there for that video is the mother and the 2 children. And to see that one, you need to go watch it on Patreon. But I saw that there is actually a father's interview from BBC, and so we are going to do Ricky Dearman. We will not be talking about anything that he is accused of. We will not make presumptions. We are strictly looking at his body language, as there is a lot of conspiracy around this case. Let's get started.
September, and I can't remember how, but I found out that the police were looking for me. It might have been social services got in touch with me, and said that you need to go to the police station, and the children are being taken away from your mom.
All right, so as we start, we can see that his body is moving with him. And as he is beginning this, there's truthfulness that we see.
And I'm saying, why? Well, why they've been taken away from the mom? What's going on? And they won't tell me anything. I was kind of freaking out a little bit.
And what did the police say to you that you'd been accused of?
Now, watching, and I hate it when they zoom in like this because it cuts off the body. But in looking at his face, he's accessing memory. And we can see
I've played this one quite a few times. I'm not going to sit through it again. The audio is really quiet on it compared to everything else anyway. So I'll put the link in for anybody to go watch it, and we'll watch a little bit more of a listen now. I wasn't intending on playing much more of a listen today, to be honest, but Brian Leroy Hansford, Clyde Stanhope, Danny West, and Linden Warden took down my stream this morning for doxing, I believe they said. When no, it wasn't. It's all of your details that are out there on the internet. Now, what you've done to my family and stuff like that would be more malicious kind of doxing. I've identified you as the abusers that you've been for years, and we've got massive legal situations, and you're harassing me 24/7 in my own space wherever I am, on or offline, really. I mean, how much closer do you get to home than QR code leaflet in the fucking village, threatening to come through my door when I'm sick and stuff like this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you idiots? So I just literally owe you fuck all at this point, do I? Blocking me on you, I just don't understand what you're playing at. I am going to be seeing most of, your areas, whether you're going to be right up there, but people that you know will be seeing me, and they're going to recognise you. That's how it's going to go now. So whether we get to your court dates or not, the C court or the K court, what the fuck ever, I don't really care. There's literally no point in doing this because you're just making it worse for yourselves. And again, it's not a problem. I don't really want to keep playing this shit on the internet. I'm going to be quite focused with, this is quite horrific stuff, you know. I don't just want to be blasting it about like I've had to do here. Okay, it will be quite focused where all of this information has to go. But I am proving to you day in, day out, you are not going to get fucking rid of me via the internet. That's not going to work. Okay, and if you can't do it via the internet, you're unlikely to do it in the real world either. All right, so it's on you at this point. But I will be putting your names all over the place because nobody's done a fucking thing to rectify anything, have they? Nobody's been brought to account. It's all coming out. All coming out. I did link in the one before Dr. John Campbell and Nurse John Campbell, Linden was, you're on absolute fucking mug. You wait till your daughters, I can't remember, find out what you've actually done. Oh, all of you. Sick. Gross. But thank you for being cunts right up until the end because you've made my life a little bit easier. But yeah, whatever, at this point, what the fuck ever. You're just sickos, sick. And it's not just this, it's not just paedophilia, it's the corona, it's everything. Yuck. It's genocide, it's everything. Yuck. How the fuck you got involved in it and thought you'd come out the other end looking like fantastic husbands, fathers, like upstanding members of your communities? Fuck knows. But it's going to obviously quite clearly here be a battle to the death or until someone gets arrested or locked up in the nut house or something, and it's not going to be me. So I don't know, you do what you want to do, carry on in my space all day long doing nothing but carry on abusing me, or you can start to go, I kind of fucked up, maybe I need to do something to stop for a start, then maybe start to rectify things, possibly go hand yourself into the police if you're worried in that. But other than that, really abusing me further is just going to achieve sweet fuck all at this point.
Usually on this side is an access of memory. And we can already see this turning red in that teary-eyed moment. And we see the trembling.
Self-destruction, fierce and untamed, with fiery eyes, and a tongue of flame that lashes, carry the bringer of change, cannot be restrained. I dance a rhythm of chaotic symphony, unleashing thunder with every step she takes, with the trident in one hand.
Open the door straight away, so the door bang right on my head.
Yeah.
And I got knocked over, I got hurted, and then he pretended that he did not hurt me or anything. But then after, he pretended to be nice then.
Yeah.
But my mum, my big brother James, he just called the police straight away.
Okay. All right. What we'll do is we'll call it an end. It's 12 minutes past 7. It's the 11th of September. Okay. We'll do. If you go in the room, were you touching each other?
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah, but then after we just watched my friend Sophie from my school. She touches me.
Who? Sophie.
Yeah, she's my friend, but not really.
Okay.
She just believes me and all kind of stuff.
Okay.
And she touches my private.
Okay. So she's a friend of yours.
But yes, but she's not my friend actually.
Yeah.
But she learned me to do that because I don't know where she got that from, but she just done it to me.
Okay. So Sophie showed you how to do it.
Yes, and then that's after she.
And what did she show you to do?
So she touched me, and then she said, "Touch me." So then I said, "No, that's wrong." So then after she just told me, she just took my hand and just showed took my hand and grabbed my hand and touched it with to her private.
Okay.
And after I said, "Don't do that, Sophie, or you won't be my friend." And she said she does not care. And she said to me, she did it to my brother, and then she'll give me a whole big packet of sweets.
And did she?
Yeah. She said, "I'll give you a whole big packet of sweets tomorrow if you touch your brother or whatever." So then I touched Gabriel, and then after the next day, when she said she'll give me a packet of sweets, she told me. She said, and after I said, "Where's the packet of sweets that you promised me?" And then she said, "I'm just joking. I'll never give you a packet of sweets."
Okay. You told me a lot about plastic willies and.
That was all not true because
Sophie, how did you know about it?
Sophie, she has an iPad Mini. And she likes sexy stuff and all this, and she showed me a picture of plastic willies sticking a bum.
Oh right.
So I got the idea of that. Because I was thinking it was in year 3.
Oh, in year 3. Oh no,
and
right,
I'm in year 5 right now.
Oh, okay.
So I just remembered it from memory straight away, and then I just said, they stick plastic willies in my bottom, Abraham.
So how did Gabriel know about all that?
Because I told him. Because that time I told Gabriel that day when Sophie showed me an iPad Mini. yeah, she showed me this kind of stuff, and she said, "Ew, that's yucky. What she done?"
Tired of typing tons of notes during class? There's finally a better way. It's called Otter. Let's say I'm in class. I just hit record, and as you can see, everything I'm saying is turning into a transcript as I talk in real time. Because Otter is transcribing everything, I can actually listen to the professor rather than trying to type everything down.